Hey sis, are you there? Pick up, would you? I got some super good news for you. You're really gonna envy me about this. You can bet on it. You gotta hear this. Pick up, sis.
Is this Elaine? I haven't heard from you for, I guess it must be like 5 years, right? What's the super news you want me to hear?
Hold on to your bitches. I'm getting married.
Huh? You, my little sister, getting married?
Not only is he very rich, but owns some huge estate. He's working at this small corporation right now, a regular employee, but down the line, he's going to take over his father's company. He'll be the CEO. Can you believe it? You know what that means, right? Yep, landed me a rich and successful guy. I hit the jackpot. I bet you're seething with envy right about now. You always thought I couldn't keep a guy for long. Remember that? You always used to say that. That I was picking and choosing, and what do you know? I found the perfect guy. Looks like you're the loser now, huh? Didn't you get married some years back, Amy? And you're still working. You both have to work to make ends meet, I see. You really picked a loser for a husband. Can't properly provide for his wife. I'm not going to make that mistake.
I'm working because I want to. I could quit anytime I want. It's not about that.
Yeah, excuses. You've always been too stuffy. Miss Goody Two-Shoes. LOL. That's why you'll forever be poor, unlike me. LOL. So sorry to live the good life.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, congratulations. And I would appreciate it if you would quit chiding my husband. He's been a great partner.
Yeah.
I really don't care what your values are or what reasoning is for picking a husband, but I'm sure you know what choosing someone merely for money will get you nowhere. Actually, it would just build animosity over time. I really don't have to tell you. You're a grown woman. If you want to make this kind of relationship last, you better learn to keep your mouth shut about certain things. I know it's hard to keep up this outward appearance, but if you want the marriage to last, if you don't maintain this facade, someday you'll regret it.
Oh my god, now I know you're super envious. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I figured you'd say that. At least I tried. So, is that all you wanted? Anything else?
Huh? What do you mean?
Why'd you text me? Any specific reason other than that you're getting married? If that's all, I really have to get back to work. I'm meeting my husband for dinner tonight. I don't want to be late.
I'm not finished yet.
Seriously? What is it?
We're going to hold a wedding. I'll send you an invitation once it's all been scheduled, okay?
Do I really have to attend?
Of course! You're my sister, for God's sake. Why wouldn't I invite you? Anyway, I'll send it to you once it's a go, so see ya!
Hey, Elaine, can we talk for a second?
Hello, Amy. What's up? Something wrong?
I just arrived at the wedding hall. I'm standing here at the reception desk. That invitation you sent me, the girl at the reception desk said it's a different design and that my name is nowhere on the invitation list. What's going on? I took the day off to come here today. You better have a good reason for this.
Oh no, you actually came?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you weren't that enthusiastic about coming to the wedding, so I sent you a fake invitation. But you're here, so does that mean in reality you wanted to attend? Is that it? Yeah, well, I don't blame you for wanting to come, but I thought you'd just toss the invitation in the trash, so... My fiancé's friends are all real successful people, rich, prestigious families. Bet you wanted to mingle with them, LOL. But it wouldn't really look great if my sister is seen trying to snare some eligible guy during the reception. Just wouldn't look good. So, sorry, but there's no place for you here.
Hello? Haven't you forgotten something? I'm married, for God's sake. Why would I be looking for an eligible guy? Leaving that aside for now, why would you even do such an awful thing to your sister on your own wedding day?
I just wanted to teach you a lesson, that's all. However, if you pay us $10,000 for the privilege of attending the wedding, well, I could prepare a seat for you, but there's no way you can come up with that much cash.
$10,000? Are you out of your mind? I'm not gonna pay that. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Go right ahead. Losers are unwelcome here. Good riddance. See you around. Maybe I'll see you at the homeless camp under the overpass one of these days. Amy, answer me! How could you? Why didn't you tell me? If I knew from the start, I would have invited you. No problem. So why? Come on, sis. Please, pick up. I'm sorry.
What do you want? Aren't you right in the middle of your wedding about now? What's up?
Don't act all innocent. You knew that this wedding was called off, and you said nothing. How could you?
Huh? Seriously? I was wondering if there was a possibility that this might happen, but I guess it happened.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? How could you hide such an important fact from me? You never told me you knew my fiancé. Dennis, why the hell do you even know him? But what's more, the company that Dennis is doing business with, the CEO of that company, you're this guy's wife? When the hell did this happen? That company is Dennis's top client. This is the first I'm hearing about this. And you said $10,000 was too much for you? Yeah, right. Like the wife of a company CEO? And a major corporation at that? That's chump change for a guy like that. Why the hell are you this guy's wife anyway? It doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be poor for God's sake. You're super rich.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I have the money, but not for you.
Huh?
Anyway, there was really no reason for me to announce that I'm the wife of some CEO. What's the difference anyway? I don't know Dennis personally. I met him a few times at a couple receptions that I attended with my husband, but that's about it. I just happened to run into your fiancé as I was leaving. He recognized me right away. I was not sure who it was. I knew the name, but didn't put two and two together. That's when I found out that you had canceled my invitation due to me being sick or something, and I was taken off the invitation list.
Huh? Dennis? He came up and talked to you?
Yes, I was quarreling with the receptionist when he spotted me. He asked me what the problem was, and I simply explained the fact, that's all.
What? Are you for real? So you just blabbed about all of it? Is that it?
That's a strange way to put it. I didn't blab about anything. Besides, I can't lie to a major client. And we know each other through business. If I lie, it would eventually get out anyway. Actually, it would make things way more awkward.
Well, because of that, he annulled our engagement on the spot. You do realize that? My jackpot, my lease to a celeb life, gone in a second. What are you going to do about it? It's all your fault, Amy. I want you to take responsibility of this.
I did nothing wrong. I'm the victim here. I was the one who was scammed into attending the wedding, for which you canceled at the last minute. You knew what you were doing from the get-go.
It's your fault. No if or buts about it. I don't want to hear it. You never wanted me to be happy. You're so cruel. I want you to take full responsibility. I want your husband, divorce him, and have him marry me. He's way richer than the guy I was going to marry. This would be a way to get back at him. I'll show him. I'm willing to let all of this pass if you divorce your husband and you talk to him into marrying me.
Hold it a second. What exactly do I have to take responsibility for? I don't get it.
You blabbed about me. You have to take responsibility for ruining my wedding. You give me your husband and I sweep this all under the rug. It's a win-win for all.
That's the most irrational thing I have ever heard.
Huh? It's not irrational at all.
I must admit, you are pretty, but your brain certainly isn't working right. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist?
Are you insinuating that I'm deranged or something?
All responsibility lies with you, Elaine, and only you.
No way. It's all your fault.
Okay then, let me ask you this. Do you know why Dennis annulled the engagement? Do you even know?
Huh?
Well, that's because you... What did I do?
Huh? Well, you...
Yeah, I figured. What I really want to say is, figure it out for yourself, but it wouldn't seem right to cause additional discomfort to Dennis and his family, so I'll do my best I can to enlighten you. He was upset that you purposely invited me to the wedding, but then at the last minute revoked that invitation. You're snickering with satisfaction as I was leaving. The way you degrade someone who works despite being married as being poor. But what's more, it was your attitude toward him. Your only concern was with his money and his status in life. That's the only thing you saw in him. He finally saw through that. He couldn't go live the rest of his life with someone so despicable, so lacking in moral values.
Huh? Everyone knows that being rich is way better than being poor.
See? That's what I mean.
Huh? I can't understand you, sis. Always the straight arrow. This is the real world.
Dennis is a good person. He finally saw your true intentions. He was completely turned off by you. It's like you pulled off your mask and revealed your true self. He couldn't bear to even being in your presence after that. I really don't blame him. That's why I haven't seen or cared to the last 5 years. Actually, I thought I would never see you again.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and Dennis can just shove it. I can find a way better guy.
Well, maybe someday you'll come to your senses. Just think all about what I told you and reflect on it. I suggest you hold off on marrying until you truly come to grips with your perspective on life. If you don't, you won't get very far.
Don't lecture me about life. Elaine, are you there? This is an emergency. I need $100,000 right now. Please have it ready for me ASAP.
Huh? $100,000? Are you crazy?
I need it within the week. Get it ready for me, you got it?
Like I said, are you crazy? How can I get that kind of money ready?
Come on, Emmy, you're the wife of a CEO. $100,000 is nothing for a guy like that. He's probably worth millions. If you don't do as I say, I'm gonna spread rumors about you, that you're a cheapskate.
What's the money for anyway?
I got a call demanding that I pay for the whole wedding that was cancelled. They said it was my fault that this happened and that I would have to cover the entire cost. I can't pay such a fortune. And I was also seeing this other guy, and I guess they found out about him.
Another guy? Seriously?
So I have to pay the cost for the wedding and for cheating on him.
Man, I thought what you did to me was bad enough, but wow.
I couldn't help myself. They were so cool and handsome.
Huh?
I would have married one of those guys, but they were, had no money.
Wait a sec. Did you just say they? You were fooling around with more than one guy?
It was 3 guys. What can I say?
3, huh? Hard to believe you were actually going to get married. Dennis was lucky he got out in time.
But I couldn't very well just dump them all just because I was getting married.
No wonder I left home at such a young age. The best decision of my life. Mom and Dad spoiled you rotten but left me on my own. I promised myself I would never be like them. And when I got old enough, I left home. I moved in with my aunt. You remember Aunt Jenny. She treated me like her own daughter, and I will be grateful to her forever. I went to school from her place and moved out after graduating from college. Like I said, it was the best decision of my life. I don't want to even think what would have happened if I stayed.
Sis, about that 100,000?
You're going to have to work that out yourself. I have no intention of giving you a dime.
I can't do this on my own.
Well, there is nothing I can or will do. Sorry.
How can you be so cruel, sis?
Get your act together, for God's sake. You're already 26 years old, for crying out loud. It's your responsibility. Face up to what you did. No more running away, Elaine.
I can't, please. Help me out.
See you, Amy. Nice knowing you. My parents were trying to ignore this whole thing, but as a matter of fact, they decided to move out soon after leaving Amy holding the bag. But I heard they ran into some kind of trouble after moving into their new home and ended up getting sued. As a result, they got divorced, and I hear they're both working to pay off the debt they've accumulated. As for my little sister Amy, She finally realized she could not rely on others anymore and started working as a hostess at a bar downtown. With her good looks and sweet talking ways, she was a natural. And she thought it was the easiest way to make money quickly. But things didn't go well with the other girls. Some kind of trouble with a guest, I can only imagine, and she was eventually forced out. So now she's working various part-time jobs to make ends meet. Maybe she'll wise up one of these days and make something of her life, or maybe she'll finally find the right guy.
Hey Abby, I've got pretty exciting news to tell you. Try and guess what it is.
You know I suck at guessing games. Can't you just tell me what it is?
Nah, come on. Just try guessing at least once. It'll be fun.
Alright. Okay, so did you finally get that new wig you've been contemplating ordering for a while now? Because if so, I definitely want to take it out for a spin to see if I want to get one as well. I just wasn't sure about the length of the hair and whether I wanted my hair to look that long. I mean, do you think it would suit me? I've always had shorter hair, like to my shoulders, so I didn't know if longer hair would look good on me or not.
B.
Oh, right, sorry. So, was I right?
No, not in the slightest. Although, I could get it for this occasion. It might look really nice with my dress.
So there's a dress involved.
Well, you can't have a wedding without a wedding dress.
Whoa. What? You're getting married? That's amazing. Who are you marrying?
Who? Well, it's Troy, of course. I have been dating him for the last, 9 months. Honestly, B, where have you been?
Troy? But I thought you two had broken up a while ago. You said that you weren't seeing him anymore because you got into a huge argument.
Oh, that? Yeah, I mean, we did go on a little break for a couple of weeks, but we eventually resolved it all and got back together. We've been incredibly happy ever since. In fact, he recreated the very first date we went on and then proposed to me at the end of it. It was so incredibly sweet. I mean, I had no clue that he was going to propose, so it came as a huge surprise. But of course I said yes. Despite our difficulties, we love each other so much, we'll be able to overcome anything that life throws at us. We're not going to argue over stupid things, and if we do fall out, going to talk it through together. I mean, after all, he's funny, sophisticated, smart, and extremely handsome. He's everything I ever want in a man and a husband. So why wouldn't I give this marriage a go?
Wow, sounds like you've hit the jackpot.
I know, right? Troy is so sweet to me. You've met him, so you know what he's like. He'll do anything to make people laugh and have a good time. It's what drew me to him in the first place. His ability to just have fun and involve everyone around him in that fun.
Yeah, I guess.
So we're thinking that we want the wedding sooner rather than later. So we're looking at a winter date. And we'll need to get the guest numbers in as soon as possible so we know how big of a venue we need to hire. So are you going to be bringing anyone? Like a date?
Well, maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, have you got a secret boyfriend you're not telling me about?
What? No, of course not. I've just kind of been seeing this guy for a few months now.
Well, why didn't you tell me about him? I'd have loved to meet him. It's about time you find someone again. Derek was a jerk, but I'm glad you're getting back out there and finding new people to have fun with and potentially find that forever relationship.
Yeah, it is nice to have someone to call my own again. We were keeping our relationship kinda hush-hush, as we didn't want to jinx anything, and we wanted to get to know each other before telling others we were together. But I might see if he can come to the wedding.
Okay, that sounds great. Just let me know closer to the time what's happening. I'll make sure to earmark you for a +1 though, just in case.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
No problem. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got a few more people who I need to tell, but I wanted to break the news to you first, because you're my big sister, and I share everything with you. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk soon.
Bianca, we need to talk, right now.
Ray, what's wrong? Why are you so angry? Has something happened with the wedding?
Oh, don't act as if you don't know. When were you going to tell me that your so-called mystery man is my fiancé?
Oh, so you found out about that then, huh?
This is a joke, right? Tell me this is a joke. You've not actually been sneaking around with my fiancé behind my back, have you?
Why would I joke about this? Me and Troy are properly in love.
But how has this even happened?
argument with Troy and you two split up?
Yeah?
Well, he came to me to complain about it all and told me how horrible you were to him, everything you'd said to him and every name you'd called him. And he didn't just stop at the argument. Troy told me every single little detail about your relationship and how he was glad to finally be rid of you. After hearing how badly you treated him, I decided that he needed someone who knew how to be kind and how to be a proper girlfriend to him. So, he and I started dating. It was going really great as well, until you two got back together. I can't understand why he would do that to me, as I know that I'm his one true love. It's just a shame that you found out about us before the wedding. I had something super special planned for the big day. It would have been amazing.
I can't actually believe you right now. You're supposed to be my big sister. You're supposed to love and support me and root for me in life, not try and steal my fiancé from me for yourself. You've always been jealous of me, and I've not even done anything to deserve it. Why do you always have to try and ruin any good thing that comes my way? I mean, trying to stop me from marrying the man I love? That's just horrible. What kind of sister does that?
Whatever, it's your fault anyway. You're the one who's driven your fiancé away.
That doesn't mean you get to start a relationship with him.
Huh?
Even if Troy and I had never gotten back together, I was in a very serious relationship with him for a very long time. A good sister would recognize this and would never, and I mean never, decide to date him instead. Did you even think of how that would make me feel? How it would completely break my heart that the two people I love the most betrayed me in the worst way possible?
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? If he doesn't want you, then why shouldn't I be able to be with him instead? You know what they say, love.
And you know no loyalty or morality.
Who needs that when you've got the love of your life, huh?
I really can't believe you. I'm literally in shock. To think that my own sister would betray me in such a horrible way.
Yeah, whatever. You can go and cry somewhere else, okay? And considering the fact that you're obviously not going to want it anymore, I figured that me and Troy could just use the wedding you planned for ourselves. It's just going to go to waste anyway, seeing as you and him aren't getting married anymore. So I can just have it, can't I?
But I just can't understand how this has happened. Why would he do something like this? I thought he loved me.
Well, obviously, he doesn't. Anyway, it's no secret that I'm better than you in pretty much every way. I mean, as the older sister, I clearly got the better half of all of the genes, whilst you got the dregs. So it only makes sense that I should get the best things in life. I know that you're used to having everyone doing everything for you, like mom and dad, simply because you're younger. But it's about time you learn that life isn't always going to go your way. You don't get to just click your fingers and get whatever you want.
So that's what this is about. You're just jealous of me in general, simply because I'm your sister? Let me guess. You never wanted another sibling, did you? You'd rather have been an only child so that you could have everyone's attention whenever you wanted it. The fact that I came along must have really annoyed you then. Mom and Dad's attention had to be shared, and you hate the fact that you weren't the only apple of their eye anymore. But to go to such a length, stealing my fiancé for yourself, and try and get back at me, is just incredibly pathetic. And to think I called you my sister.
Whatever. I should be the one who everyone pays attention to. I'm so much better than you. I'm prettier, smarter, and so much more in every way. You're just all boring nobody. So it's no wonder why Troy loves me and wants to be with me.
Except he asked me to marry him, didn't he? He had every chance to ask you, but he didn't. Don't you think that says anything about how he feels about you?
What? No. He loves me. I don't know why he asked you to marry him, though I suspect it was so he could then divorce you and take all of your money so that me and him can build a life together.
Do you honestly believe that?
It's the only explanation. So, are you going to have the wedding or not? Because if not, then I want it so that me and Troy can finally confess our love for one another in front of everyone.
Oh no, I'm definitely not going to get married to that lying scumbag. He's all yours. But if you want the wedding, you're going to have to pay me back every dollar that I've spent on it.
What? Why?
I'm not paying for my sister and my fiancé to get married at my dream wedding. If you want the occasion, then you're going to have to pay for it.
Fine. How much was it?
Overall, it was $10,000.
$10,000? I can't pay that. No way.
Well then, I guess you and Troy aren't getting married then.
Wait. Fine. I'll pay it. but it'll have to be in installments. And I can't pay the first one until I get my next wage, which is at the end of this month. So you'll just have to wait. God, you're such a horrible sister. A nice sister would just give me her wedding. You're not going to use it.
I don't care. With how you and Troy have treated me, I'm going to get whatever compensation I can. Weddings are expensive, so I'm out a lot of money.
Well, like I said, you'll just have to wait for it.
Uh-huh.
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me for getting engaged? You're such a poor loser. Oh well, I'm sure there are other people who will be happy to congratulate me. Oh, and I think it goes without saying that you need to stay away from Troy now. He's mine. I don't want you anywhere near him.
Oh, and you don't need to worry about that. I want nothing to do with that loser anymore.
Great. Well, see ya.
Hey Ree, is everything okay? We haven't spoken in a while and the wedding is tomorrow. You're not getting cold feet, are you?
Oh, Troy, it's you.
Is everything okay?
No, not really.
What's wrong?
Well, why don't you ask Bianca? She knows what's wrong. Although, you probably have quite a good idea as well, now that I think about it.
Bianca? What are you...
Finally remembered, have you?
Look, it was all a huge mistake. I was upset and angry when we had that huge argument. I was just looking for a little bit of comfort.
With my sister?
I'm so sorry. It meant nothing. I promise.
Well, you might want to tell her that because she thinks that she's marrying you tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, well, she thinks that you love her and that you actually want to be with her instead of me.
But that's not true.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care what you do anymore. I'm not marrying you and I'm not going to be with you at all.
What? Why?
Seriously? You went behind my back with my sister. I don't want to be with someone who would betray me like that. I deserve so much better than that.
But the wedding is tomorrow.
Well, a wedding is tomorrow. It's just not ours.
Please, Rhea, take me back.
There's just no way that I can trust you anymore. I'm sorry, Troy, but that's the truth.
I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Goodbye, Troy.
Rhea, what have you done? What's going on? Where's all the wedding guests? I mean, my wedding guests. There's just a bunch of strangers here, and the venue isn't letting me into the building. Also, I haven't seen Troy anywhere. What's going on?
Oh, Bianca. Yes, about that. I talked to Troy last night, and whilst he didn't deny that he did date you for a while, he never actually wanted to marry you. After I told him that we were through, he decided to go traveling to try and clear his head. As for the people at the venue, it's a wedding.
What do you mean?
Well, with the wedding called off on such short notice, there was no way that I was getting my deposits back on anything, so I decided to advertise the wedding online to see if there was anyone who wanted it. That's when Molly and Damien contacted me, telling me that their venue had pulled out on them at the last minute and that they would be so grateful for the wedding. So, of course, I gave it to them. I mean, everything was paid for, so it might as well be used.
Ugh, why would you do that to me? You knew I wanted to marry Troy, but you scared him off and gave the wedding away.
You really need to get over it. Troy didn't want to marry you, so you need to stop thinking that he is your boyfriend.
But...
And as for us, we're no longer sisters.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want a sister who is so jealous of me that she will try to sabotage every good thing in my life. I don't trust you anymore, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. I hope you have a good life, but I won't be involved in it anymore.
Hang on, Rhea. You can't just do that.
Actually, yeah, I can. Goodbye, Bianca. Even though it hurt me to cut my sister from my life, I knew it was the best thing to do, as I could no longer trust her. After the whole ordeal was over, I decided to do a bit of traveling myself. I needed to clear my head after the betrayal by the two people I trusted the most. I'm slowly coming to terms with everything. But for now, I'm going to focus on myself and make sure that my life is how I want it to be. Who knows? I might even be able to make it down the aisle next time.